How's it going?
Good to see you.
Oh, you've got the Blasphemous too.
Yeah,
signed.
because I was at the...
You went to the event in Spain.
And my first playthrough was 120 hours, and I was still working full time, but I was just morning, break time, after work, I was just playing all the time. You know, I'd been doing it for a hobby for years, but Elden Ring was the one that just spoke to me on so many levels. Going through that journey in the game, I got better in my real life as well. You know, it made me happy, and yeah, it's just a really personal game to me for that reason, because it not only transformed my life with the channel and the content creation and you know what I'm lucky to do now, but because it brought me out of the kind of bad kind of time that I was going through. It was a beautiful world, and I thought it was a beautiful story.
I love hearing that. It's these games are so personal to each one of us who plays them. That weapon got me through Elden Ring.
It was my second playthrough for me, but my friend...
number of times
you used
it with a trail of fire.
I think for a lot of people, that and Rivers of Blood is what gets people through it.
You were enjoying doing it anyway, but then it just happened to
pick up
a wave cresting, and you were on it at the right time.
Because I remember I just did that first lore video, and I wasn't really intending to do many more. I was just like, oh, I like the Godskins, I'll just do a random video on the Godskins, and everyone, you know, loved it. And so I just kept doing more and more, and there was just more that I could talk about. So yeah, I just kept going. But you're right, there was a huge appetite for the lore, especially for Elden Ring. So I spent ages taking all these nice shots, you know, for my video.
It's fun to see you even just navigating these folder trees and things.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching a musician with their instrument.
I know my folders so well. Different things, like the dragons, my character getting killed by
To be fair, that is the kind of Wilhelm scream that I would do if I was getting burnt alive by a giant fire-spewing dragon.
You start off as a bit of an underdog in this world of gods, but by the end you reach the very heights, and Elden Ring, more than any other, feels like that massive journey where you're stepping out into these massive worlds with massive characters, mythological characters.
It's a daunting
It's a
experience.
daunting task. It is a journey, and so I always just relate it to the Odyssey, even though that's not necessarily what Miyazaki and From Software and J.R.R. Martin drew on, but that's what it is to me. It's an Odyssey.
I think I just have to start with the reveal first, because I want to show you the mock-up visual of the book cover and get your reaction.
Yeah, very excited.
And just start with dessert first.
Wow. That's wonderful. That's amazing. This is our boy, is it?
Yeah, and you have Elliot's sort of artwork around
of the demic staircase.
Root, you know, choked staircase leading up into this portal, inviting you into this other world. Between.
I love it. Beautiful. I haven't seen this yet. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. I can't believe this is going to be the front of my book. Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy.
But that's where they get to step in, and you get to take over from that moment where they accept that invitation through that arch.
A high bar for my work to match the level of that color. That's incredible.
This game and this experience, we waited so long as fans. But when it finally arrived, there was just a feeling of plunging into something so deep, something that couldn't be rushed. Having had the good fortune of being able to speak to Miyazaki and ask him about, you know, those themes of the bleakness and but he really does characterize that as that black velvet, that you have these rare moments of heroism or humanity or even humor.
Exactly.
But it has this unique sparkle against that backdrop of a
broken world.
The broken world and the dark world and the struggle to make your way. You can't look at that without having your own mind teased, outward, expanded, stretched. I mean, look at the gargoyle head sticking out of the side of that. I love the juxtaposition, and all my favorite cathedral facades have this, where you have this element of the grotesque, mixed in with the sacred, and you'll have a saint, standing there, a little halo over his head, and then you'll have some gnarly, like snaggletooth demon just cackling away. This one has the steps leading up towards the central image, which feels like a real mirror of the cover of Grace Gibbon.
That's so gnarly.
Yeah, the severed. There's this cult of the two fingers, so that's on the spine. Just impale some heads on these spikes. Edinburgh is, I feel like it is almost synonymous visually with the worlds of Hidetaka Miyazaki, the creator of Elden Ring and Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
Just an old city mixed with different, stratigraphy of when different parts were built, and some random bits of Greek architecture as well, which is why it's called Athens of the North, apparently. So
let's see if we can do it. Absolutely fucked up. That will never, ever come out. I will have a reminder of Edinburgh to take with me.
Oh wow, beautiful.
This is the concept.
Oh, I love it.
Slipcase and
It's beautiful,
and
isn't
having Alexander. There would be a lot of gold.
There has to be some gold. There has to be some gold.
Yes.
Has to be.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with how the book reflects my style of long-windedness, for sure. Yeah, definitely. It's showing my love to Elden Ring, which I have a great love for. I love the game. It's one of the central tenets of my life now, Elden Ring. So I hope that comes across in the book, and you'll bring it to life with beautiful art and production. So couldn't be more grateful. Thank you.
Absolutely. You want something that feels as timeless as the game. That's the hope. The highfalutin kind of dream is that you create something that will last a few hundred years. Might be unreasonable to expect it to last as long as a stone column, but hey, you have the aspirational ideal, and then, I mean, this structure isn't even complete. It's a fragment. And to me, like, that doesn't detract from the beauty of it.